Under the lights on a Thursday night from Unicorn Stadium. It's high school football on the Rangers Network. On deck, a matchup of the unbeatens as 4-0 Smithson Valley pays a visit to 4-0 New Braunfels. Coming to you from New Braunfels, Texas, Brant Freeman alongside Joe Muchagemba. And Joe, the stage is set for what amounts to be a massive game in 27 6A play.
Yeah, every week's a big game, but, this one's a really big. Got two 4-0s coming in. They're both riding high with confidence. This game will weigh in down the road, obviously, as you get more district games underneath your belt.
Smithson Valley coming off a district opening 42-14 win over Wagner last week. Meanwhile, New Braunfels, one of the biggest wins for the program in recent memory, a 24-21 win at the gun over Judson a week ago. The Unicorns have won the toss and have elected to put their electric offense on the field first. And here is Clayton Amaya for the game's opening kickoff. And this game is underway. Return man for the Unicorns from the 5. Up to the 20 and a big hole. Exploding across the 30-yard line for New Braunfels on the return for the Unicorns.
Johnson.
Yep, Tyree Johnson, the backup tailback. A look at this Unicorn offense led by Aiden Bauman, senior quarterback, 4-0 as a starter this year, completing 74% of his passes.
Yeah, he's playing really, really well this year. And obviously, the records speaks that for him. So see how he does tonight.
Converted from wide receiver to quarterback over the offseason. And the first play of the game. Bauman off the play fake. Pass may have been batted down by the rusher. Coming in for the Rangers, Diego Hamilton. And that's going to bring up second down.
Yeah, Egley brings some pressure from the late pressure from the secondary there on a little play action, a little bootleg.
This New Braunfels offense averaging close to 36 points a game. Playing for a 5-0 start tonight. Bauman and the offense on 2nd and 10. Quick strike caught short of the 40. Good second effort made by Jake Vaughn. Good receiver threat that has a first down for the Unicorns.
They've got a good stable of receivers. A lot of their throws tonight, you're not going to be able to keep them from completing them, but you're certainly going to have to come up and make the tackle for no yards after the catch.
This New Braunfels program, coming off its second straight 5-win season, fell one win short of the playoffs last year, but out to a great start here in 2021. Bauman, third time back to pass, steps up to run. Bauman a first down. Into Ranger territory at the 44-yard line, gain of 14 for another Unicorn first down.
Yeah, they got good pressure on him. They flushed him out and weren't able to get to him once he tucked it and ran out of the pocket. So that'll be something they'll have to watch. They'll have to have somebody probably eyeing the quarterback.
Bauman, extremely accurate last week in the win over the Rockets, 23 of 27 in the win at Judson. First down, quick throw again into the flat, incomplete on the swing pass. That was a forward pass, no lost yardage there for New Braunfels, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they're going to try to get it in Garnett Gonzalez's hands, number 41 at time. He's a fullback, and they'll spread him out a little bit, but they don't mind getting it to him some.
Although Bauman only had 4 incompletions last week, 2 of those were interceptions, the only 2 he's thrown this year. Now 2nd and 10, and 4 wide receivers for Bauman on second down. Quick strike again. Out into the flat at a short pickup. After the catch was made by Tyree Johnson. Now it's 3rd down and 7.
Well, that's kind of where you like to be, 3rd and 7 or plus. pretty manageable defensively, you think. We'll see what they're going to do if they can bring some pressure. Last time they hit him up a little bit, he broke loose and nobody had him once he came through. So
kind of surprising,
quarterback,
Joe, that so far in the series we haven't seen the ball into the hands of Riker Purdy at tailback.
Yeah, he's hadn't been in the ball game.
3rd down, 8 to go. Here's the rush. Bauman steps up, looking for another first down with his legs, and he's going to fall 2 yards short. And what does Glenn Mangold do here?
Yeah.
Now, Cade Wenzel is New Braunfels' place kicker. Hit the game winner from 34 yards out last week. This would be from 52. And so with that, Glenn Mangold keeping the offense on the field.
Yeah, watch the football. Watch the hard count here.
And this is Johnson up the middle, and Johnson right at the sticks.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Finger pointing both ways. New Braunfels believes they have it. Smithson Valley thinks they have a stop. Our head official looking and will call for the measurement. Tyree Johnson needed 2.5 yards there. Let's see if he got enough. And he's got it by the nose of the football. Big 4th down conversion for the Unicorns. And the drive extends for Bauman and the offense. This is a Unicorn program which lost a critical late season game last year at home to Clemens, 45-44, a loss that kept them out of the playoffs. But in a great position, just 1 week into district play this year after a win over Judson. 1st down, Bauman to throw again. Great protection, launching it deep. Catch is made, but incomplete. The call, it did come out of the hands of the receiver late. Intended receiver on the play was Jake Vaughn. Second time he's been targeted, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, so that's Eggleston up there on the coverage, wasn't it?
It was Eggleston, of course, in the final non-district game against El Paso Eastwood. 2 interceptions that night against the Troopers. 2nd and 10. Quick swing pass. Marsh the catch. Landon Marsh gang tackled after a 3-yard gain. First time we've called his name tonight, Landon Marsh, coming off a monster game at Judson. 12 catches for $114 and scored 2 total touchdowns.
Had this little possession pass right there that sets him up.
So what could be 4-down territory again for New Braunfels. This drive has already consumed 4 minutes. 3rd and 7. Bauman facing a blitz. Jump pass caught. 1st down yardage. And that is Tyree Johnson again, heavily involved in this opening drive for the Unicorns.
Yeah, here comes Purdy. They had a good kickoff return. He's done some good things on that drive. Tyree has, and now they bring in number 5 to replace him for a little bit, give him a little break.
7 passes on this drive so far for Bauman, 4 completions, 24 yards.
All those passes are no different than handing it off. It'll, bubble screens and things like that, just possession balls.
Gonzalez in motion. It's his Purdy, and Purdy takes a shot. Diego Hamilton, who made his season debut last week, a physical play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
That was a collision right there. I'll tell you what, I think he came off the block and didn't even know where the ball was and ran right into him.
Well, you kids watching at home, you want to play on Friday nights, or in this case Thursdays, that's what's in store. After Purdy's first carry, It's 2nd and 9. Bauman swings out to Marsh. Has a block downfield. Got tripped up inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Tackle made by Jackson Duffy. 8 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd and short.
Pretty big tackle out in the open field like that. Tried to hurdle him. He just caught his foot enough to knock him down.
A drive that began back at their own 32, now at the Ranger 14. Purdy off the gut. Purdy's got the first down to the 11. Riker Purdy, senior tailback, coming into the game 14 yards shy of 2,000 for his career. Nearly ran for 1,000 yards a season ago, but has struggled against Smithson Valley. 2 games against the Rangers, and he has averaged less than 3 yards a carry. More than 6 minutes off the clock in this drive. Bauman from the 11. It's Purdy again. And Purdy is inside the 5, lunging for the plane. And marked short. Second effort there by Riker Purdy nearly put New Braunfels on the board.
It's been a long, sustained drive. The biggest thing that I can take from it is they haven't had any negative plays. They've stayed ahead of the chains most of this drive. Hadn't had any bad plays or penalties.
This is the 14th play of the drive coming up, and it's goal to go. Inside the 2. Bauman, jump ball to the end zone, caught. Lance Bigley, the sophomore receiver, has the catch, and New Braunfels strikes first. And what a statement by New Braunfels' offense early on.
They did what they had to do, to get it down the field in certain possessions. That was a great ball thrown by Bauman right there to number 1 in kind of the corner of the end zone. Kind of a jump ball, and he out-jumped that corner.
Out for the point after, Cade Wenzel. And the kick is good. 14 plays, 6 minutes, 45 seconds, 68 yards for the touchdown. And New Braunfels is on top first, 7-0 on the Rangers network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Fisher's Neighborhood Market, Ferris Orthodontics, Sage Capital Bank, Wick Productions, HEB, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Dermatology San Antonio, Summerhill Dental, and Jeremy Fuller State.
When you've got a big day ahead, rest easy knowing that your home is protected by GVTC Connect Home Security System. The Skybell uses a high-definition camera and speakers, letting you see and chat with who's at the door. Our Total Connect 2.0 app is your home security headquarters. GVTC Connect Home. Always on, always connected, always safe.
If you're a Rangers fan, some silver lining following New Braunfels' opening drive touchdown of the game is that just last week against Wagner, the Thunderbirds scored first, and Smithson Valley wound up winning the game going away.
Yeah, both these teams here, they're just battle tested through the years with opponents they're playing in the district they're in. They're not, it won't be the first time they're down, and it won't be the last time they're down. So we'll see how they respond here offensively. They've had really good success this year so far in their kick return game, so maybe it'll get set up nice on the kickoff return.
Wenzel's kick will be returned by Bafitas from the 2. Bafitas angling to his right, has a lane down the sidelines, accelerates inside of midfield, cuts it back inside. Braden Bafitas, 98 yards for the touchdown.
That's a great way to answer right there. The only problem with that is the defense better get geared up and ready to go. They just came off the field with 6.5 minute drive. Better get them a drink of water and get ready to go.
What a special return man Braden Bufitas has turned out to be this year. A 64-yard punt return for a score against Warren in the opener, and a 98-yard house call here. And out for the point after Amaya to try to tie the game. And the kick was blocked. Getting a hand on it for the Unicorns was Brody Marish. And New Braunfels maintains its 7-6 lead. A hair under 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. And Joe, take us back to that kick return. Bufitas fields that ball between the hash marks, found an angle on the sideline.
Yeah, they're trying to return the ball between the hash and the sideline, or particularly between the hash and the numbers, the way it's set up. So they kick the ball in the middle of the field, and New Braunfels is trying to cover the whole field. Smithson Valley pins everybody to the middle of the field, makes a couple of kick-out blocks, and it's Bufitas and the kicker. And then he cut back to the inside, made the kicker miss, and it was over with. So what a great answer. Feeling good, kind of wondering, they take the ball 6+ minutes down the field and score. You're not real excited on the Rangers sideline, but that'll make your blood boiling again. So let's get the defense out there and see what they can do here.
So again, Braden Bufitas, a 98-yard kickoff return touchdown. Couldn't quite tie the game as the point after was tipped for Amaya, just his second missed PAT for him this year. Coach Hill, again, you work with the man for so long, Joe, just kept preaching special teams, kicking game. And there you get the best and the worst of that.
You get the
right
best
there.
and the worst. You're exactly right. I mean, just working with him for years and years and years. I don't know if anybody spends as much time on the kicking game as he does and his staff. And to have a kick block like that, that's disappointing because they spend a lot of time on it. And yeah, it could cost you the ball game down the road potentially. People think, well, it's just 1 point. Well, it's no fun losing by 1 or by 50. It doesn't matter.
Amaya now to kick off. Johnson back deep for New Braunfels along with Beagley. And Beagley fields a yard deep. He's going to take it out. Beagley funneled back to the inside, breaks a tackle, and brought down across the 20. And that's when New Braunfels will take over.
Pretty good return. That's a nice return. They're going for the football. They need to go on tackling and worry about the ball later.
Again, New Braunfels last week stunned Judson 24-21 in Converse. New Braunfels' first win over the Rockets since 2011. Judson had won 10 straight of the series. And New Braunfels trailed that game 21-7 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter as a flag is thrown well before the snap.
They broke the huddle with 12, Brant.
Can't do that.
No, they had both tailbacks in. Tyree and Purdy both were in the ball game.
First penalty against either team. New Braunfels has been flagged at least 7 times in all 4 games this year. Penalized 9 times last week. But again, they came back, got the game-winning field goal from Cade Wenzel with 1 second to go, and a stunner in Converse. 1st and 15. Bauman, swing pass, Beagley. Great moves in the open field, but only gains a couple there. Malachi Lane and Diego Hamilton in on the stop.
Yeah, those passes are going to be complete, like I mentioned earlier. You just got to really rally to the football and make the tackle when you get there. Don't let them break tackles and don't let them get too many yards after the catch because you're not going to keep them from catching those passes.
4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first. 7-6, New Braunfels. Exciting start to this big district game. Bauman, a deep drop, slings that over the middle. Beagley angles to his right. Beagley turns the corner. He can be dangerous in the open field. Finally cut down by Shepler, short of the 40. Gain of 18 on 2nd down and long.
He just found a spot in the middle of the field and just sat down. Bauman found him.
3 catches already in the game for Beagley, included the touchdown on New Braunfels' opening drive. Beagley has now scored at least 1 touchdown in all 5 games this year. First down, Bauman. Pass tipped and caught by Marsh off the hands of Gonzalez and breaks free, flying down the sidelines. Touchdown, saving tackle made by Camden Egley. A bounce of the ball that goes New Braunfels' way.
Yeah, that ball hit the defender right in the face mask. Never did. He didn't see the ball. Unfortunate break for the Rangers. It was a good break for the Unicorns.
It's a gain of 37. The last 2 plays have yielded 55 yards for New Braunfels. On first down, quick completion again. And the tackle made by Egley after the catch by Ashton Mayers. Good first down play for New Braunfels, keeps them ahead of the chains.
Yeah, they're throwing the ball all across the field, hitting everybody with it.
In the game, Bauman has already hit 5 different receivers. Second down and 4. Purdy in the backfield. He'll run it off the left side, and Purdy is stopped short of the first down by about a yard.
Smithson Valley needs to make a play defensively. I mean, make something happen with it.
This is a defense giving up just a hair over 10 points a game. Held Wagner to 14 last week after they had scored 111 the 2 games prior. Third down and 2. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. Bauman fires over the middle, goes off a wide open receiver. Would have been a touchdown for Jake Vaughn, but a drop brings up 4th down. Great play design there by New Braunfels. The pump fake by Bauman froze the Rangers defense.
Yeah, there was no question. They've got a good scheme. And
that will send out Wenzel. Not only the field goal he made to win the game, his first make of the year, it was his first attempt. This from 33 yards out, similar distance to the game winner last week. Low snap. The kick has the distance, and New Braunfels is on top, 10-6. With 1:27 to go in the first quarter, New Braunfels on top early on the Rangers Network.
Coach, this is the year. Give me a chance. I get to try out? Yes!
This is the year. Get your guns up. Get your guns up.
You know, this is the 3rd time he's tried out for the team, and I don't think he's going to make it this time either.
Yep, and this never gets old.
Dr. Embry, would you like a try?
Absolutely.
New Braunfels on top, 10-6. 1:27 to go, first quarter, following a 33-yard field goal by Cade Wenzel. Wild Joe, here we are, more than 10 minutes into the game. we still haven't seen Smithson Valley's offense.
No, I think the quarterback better warm up again on the sideline, get the whole group over there. They haven't touched the field yet.
And let's see if Wenzel dares to kick it to Bafidis or Kyler Clark. Bafidis, a 98-yard kick return touchdown earlier in the quarter. And this is Bafidis from the 4. Bafidis to the 20. Pinballs up to the 26. And so now, nearly 11 minutes into the first quarter in game time, about 30 minutes in actual time, we'll finally get a chance to look at Derek Mata back from injury.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him back on the field. He started and played the first ball game, and then I guess he got injured early in the second one. So he hadn't played a whole bunch this year, but excited to see what he's got, and I guess Unicorn defense is glad to finally be on the field too.
Again, the Rangers coming off a 42-14 win over Wagner last week to open 27-6A play. The first win at a district opener since 2017. This is McCracken. Big hole up the middle into the secondary. Tackle made by the safety Jacob Redding. Good start from McCracken in the run game.
Yeah, they've been like just pinned up dogs over on the sideline. They let them in there now, and they're really a great play on the first running play of the game.
McCracken has been red hot over the past 2 games, has run for 240 yards and 4 touchdowns. Final minute, first quarter. Mata to the air. McDonald to catch. Zach McDonald has a first down near midfield.
They came out, double tight, double pro formation there, a little play action run up the middle, and reached out there and threw it to McDonald.
Just the 5th catch of the year for McDonald. That pass from his senior quarterback, Derek Mata, a record of 2-0 this year as a starter. Injured his non-throwing arm early in the win over Madison back on September 3rd. This is a flip to Clark on the reverse, has blocks in front. Kyler Clark out of bounds, just short of the New Braunfels 40. Smithson Valley's first down offense, very impressive here.
Yeah, they look really sharp. Got that a really good week of work.
And that's 8 there for Kyler Clark. Rangers have run 3 plays, and they've already picked up over 30 yards. Second down. This is McCracken. Another big hole. And the Rangers have the ball inside the 40 on a first down run by McCracken.
It's an impressive first drive by Smithson Valley so far. We'll see if they can finish up with some points on it.
And it looks like this drive will continue into the second quarter. Entertaining start to this one. 4-0 Rangers, 4-0 Unicorns. It's a 4-point New Braunfels lead at the end of one. Back after this on the Rangers Network.
What you just witnessed is a classic case of Snack-a-Crack-a-Toothus, the surprising moment when enjoying a tasty treat turns into months of restorative dentistry. Lucky for Coach Worstifer, at Summerhill Dental, we offer same-day crowns and, if need be, 3D guided implants to fight Snack-a-Crack-a-Toothus, one Ranger at a time.
Back out at Unicorn Stadium. The sun is setting here in New Braunfels as we get ready to start the second quarter. And what an entertaining first. New Braunfels on top 10-6. Big plays, both teams. And the Rangers have the football on what is their first offensive drive of the game at the New Braunfels 37 on first down. Mata on a quarterback draw. Mata putting his head down for 4 yards on first down.
Be interesting to see how much they want to use Mata running the football. Hadn't really got a chance to see that this year with him being out the last couple of weeks.
6 play of the drive coming up. It began back at the Ranger 26. And now 2nd down. Mata off the play fake. Plenty of room to run. Mata got the Unicorns to bite and forced out of bounds on the sidelines by Hayden Kaufman. And another Ranger 1st down on this drive.
That was a great play action, well schemed play there. Really put Mata on the safety. The safety had to make a decision whether to come on or stay back in coverage. He came up and eventually ran Mata out of bounds.
It's a gain of 9 for Mata. This an offense putting up more than 36 points a game. This is McCracken at 1st down. Slipped a little bit in the backfield. And Braunfels takes advantage of that short hiccup. Andrew Robinson on the tackle for the Unicorns. Only a gain of 2 there for McCracken.
Had good pursuit from the backside for the Unicorns. McCracken tried to cut it all the way back out the back door, and there were some Unicorns standing there waiting for him.
McCracken last week, 14 carries, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns in the win over Wagner. 2nd straight game he scored twice. McCracken again. And again doesn't get much. Maybe 2. And this is the first 3rd down play of this drive for the Rangers.
Yeah, you kind of wonder, what are they in here? They in 3 down or 4 down territory. The kicker, Mara's got plenty of leg for this.
Although Amaya did have a PAT blocked back in the 1st quarter. Coming up on 10 to go in the half. Mata off the play fake. Man wide open McDonald. Ran a great curl route against Kaufman. Gave him too much of a cushion.
Pretty soft on the corner. That's the same route, same play design that McDonald caught early in the ball game.
So far, 2 passes, 2 completions from Mata. Both to McDonald on this opening drive. Now the Rangers inside the red zone. The Braunfels almost jumped. Play clock down to 5 for Mata. It's McCracken up the left side, exploding inside the 5. Ball comes out, but McCracken was clearly down inside the 5, and that's close to another 1st down. Now McCracken's been the hot hand here, Joe, but it feels like in this part of the field you might want to look at Malachi Lane.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just going to run Malachi every 3rd, 4th series, or if they bring him in a certain situation. I'm not sure.
And he's also already played 2 series on defense. That's worth noting. And here is McCracken to the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, Smithson Valley, and the Rangers have their 1st lead.
That was a good drive, well-sustained drive, much like the Unicorns opened up with.
And a lot of Travis McCracken on that drive. 6 carries, 31 yards. And the Rangers will send out Amaya for his 2nd PAT attempt here tonight. McCracken scoring in the 3rd consecutive game. This comes after an 11-play drive that goes 74 yards. Amaya for a 3-point lead. And it's good. And the Rangers have their 1st lead tonight, 13-10 over the Unicorns. 9:11 to go on the Rangers Network.
whoa! What brings you here too? Whoa. Well, I heard my wife talking to her friends that y'all work miracles, so I thought maybe you could do something with this.
We absolutely help women, children, and men, but I'm gonna have to call in the reinforcements.
Dermatology San Antonio can do this for me. Just think what they can do for you.
Back out from New Braunfels High School on this gorgeous Thursday night from Unicorn Stadium. New Braunfels on top 13, or Smithson Valley on top 13-10, following an 11-play, 74-yard drive. More than 4 minutes off the clock, ending on the touchdown run by McCracken from 2 yards out. And the Rangers have their first lead tonight. Two returners back deep, Beagley and Johnson. This will lead to a touchback for New Braunfels. These two hooking up for the 22nd time ever. The only other program the Rangers have played more in their history is Canyon. Of course, their campus not too far away from here. And the Rangers have won 10 straight of the series, including last year's game, 21-0, also on a Thursday night. But at Ranger Stadium, New Braunfels' last win came 12 years ago, back in 2009. It was a win for the Unicorns that led to the Rangers missing out of the playoffs that year. They haven't missed them since then. On first down, Bauman off the play fake. Rolls that, pressured off his back foot. He used that for Marsh and has the catch. Spinning away from defenders. Marsh inside the 40. First down, New Braunfels. A flag is in on the back end of the play. A lot of hand fighting on that last exchange.
Yeah, I don't know what this flag's going to be, though. He's trying to grab something, grab part of him, anything he can. He got his hand on his mask.
Goes out as a 38-yard completion. Tack on the penalty, 53-yard play.
It's a big play
to start the drive for New Braunfels.
And he really wasn't open. Bauman did a nice job, just threw the ball up and let him out jump the defender. We'll see some more of that tonight.
And Landon Marsh, again, a big catch, already 86 yards receiving on the night. Quick throw, dangerous throw, jumping the route, Andrew Montalvo. And, Joe, you keep running these swing passes, eventually the defense is going to make a play like that.
Yeah, that's one of those things, you don't do that every snap. You show them that they got it, you bait them into it, and then you drop somebody down in the middle of it. And if that ball's thrown better, he's still running to the end zone.
Just the fourth or the fifth incompletion tonight for Bauman. 11 of 16 passing, $135 and a touchdown so far. Second and 10. This is Purdy up the middle, and Riker Purdy, great second effort, close to the 15 on a gain of 7.
He's a good little running back. He's really, really, really tough. Hard to bring down.
Had a big game in the annual Worst Bowl against Canyon a couple of weeks ago. Gashed the Cougars in for 158 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And in this game, he has surpassed 2,000 yards in his career. As we are past 4 minutes into the second quarter, back and forth we go. Third down. Third down and 4 This is the quarterback, Bauman, pressured, goes backwards, heaves the ball to a lineman, and caught at the 30. The beanbag thrown for a fumble. They're saying that was deflected. There should be illegal touching.
Deflected. Well, if it's deflected
by the defense, then it's not illegally touched by the lineman.
Correct. So it's a completion, and the ball's spotted right there then.
There you go. That's why we have Joe here, the rules analyst, on the broadcast.
Yeah, I don't agree with officials very much, but I will on this one.
And there's the explanation. That's why the beanbag was tossed. The ball had been touched, not illegal touching, and this will bring up 4th down. Too far for a field goal. You wonder if you're too close for a punt, but the Braunfels would need 22 yards to convert.
I don't know if they'll punt it. They might want to watch for a fake right here in this situation. I didn't know if we'd see anybody's punter tonight or not. It's looking like we weren't.
First punt tonight. Bafidus and Clark are back deep. Malachi Lane jumps. Was he goated offsides? And Coach Mangold not changing his mind, or is he?
Yeah, he's going to get putting offense back on the field, it looks like.
Well, the kicker's out there, Wenzel. And will they give him a shot here from 47? They will. He made earlier tonight from 33. This would be a new career long. Rangers trying to get set, and this is going to move 5 yards further in. I think this is.
I got too many. Rangers got too many, I believe.
I believe you're right. Was there a timeout called first? So timeout taken by Glenn Mangold with 6:58 to go here in the first half. Glenn Mangold, in his 8th season now, New Braunfels, 36 wins as Unicorns head coach. Played college football not too far from here in Southwest Texas, now known as Texas State, and was an assistant at Madison under the legendary Jim Streety, who of course is now the AD here in New Braunfels.
Yeah, they got a pretty good setup over here in New Braunfels. Coach Streety, of course, he knows how things ought to be ran and runs a nice athletic program. Of course, Glenn, he came over here with his shot at being head coach, and Glenn's a good person, good man, good coach, really good for kids. So they're lucky to have him over here, and of course, they know they're lucky to have Coach Streety.
Of course, Jim Streety was the head coach during the glory days of New Braunfels high school football. Had a 12-year stretch from 97 through 09 where they made the state semifinals 4 times, twice under Jim Streety's watch. Of course, had the great quarterback Cliff Kingsbury in 97, and now the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Out of the timeout, Wenzel stays out there to attempt from 47.
I'm surprised they didn't put somebody back, maybe catch this thing and return it.
Made a clutch kick last week to beat Judson. And now trying to tie the game. Here's the second. From 47 yards away, Bauman is his holder. Kick is blocked by Malachi Lane. Live ball picked up by Gavin Woods. Down the sidelines. Flying inside the 30. And Bauman the tackle.
Kicking game. Mentioned it earlier. Huge play in the kicking game.
Malachi Lane had a blocked punt last week against Wagner. Here blocks a field goal. He has been Mr. Everything this year for Larry Hill.
Well, he's a returner. He's been playing a couple of years for him. Got a lot of experience, knows the expectation, and he's just well rooted in the program. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out tailback this series.
It does appear McCracken's back in the running
McCracken's back. May have to do with them playing so many snaps on defense.
And a chance on this possession for the Rangers to build a 2-possession lead. This is McCracken, bobbled the handoff a little bit, recovers, and able to pick up 5.
Yeah, they were fortunate to get away with that one, but it worked out okay.
The Rangers have committed 5 turnovers through their first 4 games. Just 11 a year ago. Winner of this game moves to 2-0 in the district. And it would be a big win as every team heads into its bye week next week. Buffina's the motion man, takes the handoff on a sweep. Got a good block on the perimeter. And able to take that close to the first down marker. McCracken, the great block out in space.
Yeah, he's trying to get on the perimeter, just trying to make a run side to side a little bit. They're bringing Marsh in. I guess they're going to put him at, I don't know where on defense. Where does he play?
Marsh plays outside linebacker.
That's where he's coming in at, to the top. Short side, Smithson Valley's side.
Talked to some New Braunfels personnel before the game. Marsh is New Braunfels' version of Malachi Lane, a do-everything player. McCracken up the left side, and he's got the first down. Down to the 11, 4 more yards from McCracken on his 8th carry of the night. 40 yards and a touchdown so far for the senior tailback. For the Rangers, this their first road game since the opener. In San Antonio against Warren, they won that night 32-13. Dating back to last year, the Rangers have won 4 straight road games. 5 minutes to go in the half. From the 11, it's McCracken to his right. Good stretch play. McCracken gliding towards the end zone, and he's in for the second time tonight.
They're kind of pushing them around a little bit right now. Early in the ball game, the big drive by New Braunfels for a touchdown gave them the lead. All that emotion stuff's kind of worn off now. We have to settle in and play some football.
A drive set up by a short field, courtesy of a blocked field goal by Malachi Lane, as McCracken punches it in. And the point after by Amaya is in, and the Rangers have scored 14 unanswered on top of Unicorns, 20-10. 5 minutes to go in the half on the Rangers Network.
Hey Fuller, does your dad insure this?
No, but if it was a car, he would.
Hey Fuller, what about this?
No, but if it was your parents' house, he would. Okay, listen. If it's auto, home, life, or business, my dad can insure it. Ugh.
Let's go Rangers!
Back out at Unicorn Stadium, Smithson Valley once down 10-6, on top 20-10. Last touchdown, Travis McCracken, 11 yards out. And again, the Rangers capitalized off the blocked field goal, a 47-yard attempt by Cade Wenzel. Lane had the block, and you wonder, Joe, had Smithson Valley not committed the offsides penalty on the right before the field goal, which would have been a punt, how differently things would be right now.
You just never know what would happen.
Here's the kick, following the touchdown. Beagley from the 3. Beagley angles to his left, and the Rangers stack him up short of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it was going to be a pretty long field goal. And, of course, the longer it is, the lower the trajectory, and it came off the edge. And I think everything was a little bit slower. making sure he got enough leg into it, and then it was just kind of low trajectory, and they got their hands on it. That's 2 huge plays: a blocked field goal, ran down, then a touchdown, and then a kickoff return for a touchdown. New Braunfels blocks an extra point. There's been some big plays in the kicking game tonight.
Remember, New Braunfels overcame a 14-point deficit last week. Motion before the snap. Jackson Maynard may have jumped off sides, but again, was he goaded into that? He was. False start, New Braunfels. New Braunfels has typically been a team that has ended halves well, outscoring opponents in the second quarter 47-23 coming into this game. But the Rangers, a 14-0 advantage on the board here in tonight's second quarter. Bauman, run for Johnson, and Maynard, good tackle as Johnson gets those 5 yards back to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, New Braunfels is dangerous offensively. They got some big play guys, and they can get the ball down the field pretty quick. So, Smithson Valley's still got their work cut out for them, no doubt.
The Rangers, though, been a very good second half team. New Braunfels should keep that in mind. The Rangers have outscored their opponents after halftime 61-13 and have won 11 straight games and leading at the half, dating back to last year. 2nd and 10, Bauman airing it out deep for Beagley. Double covered, and there's no flag. Camden Egley and Jackson Duffy in on the coverage. And Smithson Valley erased New Braunfels' deep threat on that play.
Yeah, that was a good call defensively by Smithson Valley coaches. Good timing, double up on number 1, running down the middle of the field.
And now New Braunfels is in danger here if they don't convert on 3rd and 10, punting the ball deep in their own end to a red-hot Ranger offense, not to mention punting to 2 great returners. 3rd and 10, here's the blitz. Bauman gets rid of it, and Beagley wasn't ready for it.
They got some pressure on him, and he didn't flush, didn't pull it down and run. He just heaved the ball. The receiver never saw it coming.
And that will send Jacob Redding to punt from his zone 2. Clark and Bafidas back to return. Remember, Bafidas already has a 98-yard kick return for a score in this game. Redding gets it away. Clark the fair catch and has it at the New Braunfels 49. 32-yard punt, no return. Under 4 to go here in the first half. Rangers on top 20-10.
Got good field position to finish up the half right here. They got a chance to do something with the football.
Rangers, Unicorns, both 4-0. Only one other team in 27 6A's undefeated Steel. Tomorrow the Knights are playing Wagner and Converse as the Rangers take over from the 49. This is Clark on the reverse. Clark shifting his way for 4 hard-earned yards before Kaufman has a tackle.
Yeah, they're trying to get him loose on the edge because, man, he can go. But they just can't quite get the edge.
Kyler Clark has been the Rangers' one of their top pass targets. Leads the team in catches coming in. So far tonight, a couple of runs for Clark. Mott has only thrown the ball twice. 2 completions to Zach McDonald on the first drive of the game. After a 4-yard pickup, 2nd down. Mata, the draw, Lane up the middle. Malachi Lane, bruising run, but it might come back. A flag thrown back to the 43.
They're going
to see the stance.
Surely he's not throwing. He's going to call that. The helmet came off. The lineman stopped play. which you have to do or they'll penalize you.
And now the head official talking with the crew here. Yep, and Joe, you were exactly right.
I'm going to just call it like it is. That's a bad call. The kid was standing, helmet came off. The kid was standing by his helmet. The official throws the flag at the kid standing by his helmet. Plays over, picks his helmet up, runs off the field. Some of these guys just want to be seen. You're not supposed to be seen as an official. You just manage the game.
So that erases what would have been a first down run for Malachi Lane. Instead, it's second down and 18. Mata with some work to do. Off the play fake. Pressured. Mata steps up on the run, throws for Domel, has the catch, flying down the sidelines and in for the touchdown. 57 yards. What a strike from Derek Mata.
He did a great job of avoiding because New Braunfels was all over him. He was fortunate enough to get out of the pocket and laid it up. Put it up to a big receiver. Domel made a great catch and just carried it all in the end zone.
Second touchdown catch of the year for Dylan Domel. His only other one came from a Mata pass against Madison. And the Rangers have firmly taken control of this game. Amaya on for the point after. It is 27-10 Rangers. Big play after big play for Smithson Valley in this one. A 57-yard touchdown to Dylan Domel. The Rangers on top, 27-10 on the Rangers Network.
It isn't Taco Tuesday without the freshest tortillas. That's why H-E-B bakes tortillas fresh in store. Your kids won't eat tacos on Tuesday or any day without their favorite toppings. Good thing H-E-B has it all, including guacamole made fresh in store. It's been a really long week, and it's still only Tuesday. That's why H-E-B does all the shopping for you, so you can just pick it up with free curbside. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop the app or online and pick up curbside free at H-E-B.
One of the biggest games in recent memory at this stadium taking place here tonight. Two teams 4-0, two teams out to 1-0 starts to district play. The winner of this game would take a 2-0 record into the bye week and be firmly in the conversation for a district title. A raucous crowd here from New Braunfels has quieted as the Rangers have scored 21 and answered, all in the second quarter. And coming off a 57-yard touchdown pass, Mata to Domel.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the 2.5 left on the clock. Smithson Valley still got 3 timeouts, as New Braunfels still has 2. So
that is the longest pass play of the year for the Rangers. And here is Beagley on the return from his own 9. And Beagley funneled back to the middle of the field. Is stopped at the 22. And something about this New Braunfels offense here, Joe, is that because they work so quickly, sometimes that can work against them. If they don't move the chains, you said it, the Rangers would have plenty of time to add to their lead.
Right, they just look a little out of rhythm right now, a little out of sync. I think they're down a little bit by the scoreboard, quite honestly.
On first down, Bauman with 8 in coverage, slings that off the hands of Beagley. Incomplete. 3 straight incompletions now for Bauman. 4 of his last 5 have been misfires. And now you wonder, is New Braunfels forcing some things here offensively?
Well, obviously they'd like to get some points on the board before the half, but they need to be careful how they handle this. You know, you got Smithson Valley getting a possession coming out of the half, so they really need to make something happen here. But you know, sure don't want to throw a pick either.
Bauman on second down. Steps up, pressured, and down he goes. Gavin Woods adds to his sack total, 7 this year, and it's 3rd and long now for the Braunfels.
Smithson Valley going to sit on their timeout to see what happens after this, I guess.
Gavin Woods, big impact as a junior this year. 2nd on the team in tackles, team high in sacks, tackles for loss, and quarterback hurries. If you recall, in the opener against Warren, had 4 sacks that night. 3rd and 13. Rangers bring the blitz again. Bauman launching it deep. Beagley overshot him. He beat the coverage from Duffy for the pass overthrown. Stops the clock with 1:27 left.
That wasn't a very productive drive for New Braunfels. They didn't run much clock off. Obviously didn't change the field position at all, really. They fixed to punt the ball and give it to Smithson Valley with 3 timeouts left.
Last 2 possessions for New Braunfels have gone 3 and out. Far cry from the offense that we saw start the game. Remember, New Braunfels had a 14-play drive to start things off. Quiet since then. But Fides, no chance to return here, as the punt from Reading goes out of bounds. And for Smithson Valley, 3 timeouts, 1:20. They may as well have 10 minutes to work with here.
Yeah, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time, though. I'm sure they'll get in their 2-minute drill where they're working the sidelines also, and they got their time, and they got timeouts if they need them. So it really helps them out because they can run some draw game and stuff like that, where they can obviously hurt you if you think they're going to just throw the football.
After the punt, Rangers take over from midfield. Watson off the play fake, pressured again. Throws that nearly into the turf. McCracken was the intended target. Brings up 2nd and 10. Unicorns off their win over Judson. Rangers off their win over Wagner. Other two teams to win in 27-6A last week. Steele and Clemens, and routes of East Central and South San. On 2nd and 10, Mata on the draw. Mata able to pick up a good chunk of 8 yards. That will take us inside of 1 minute to go now in the half. Remember, the Rangers have all 3 timeouts available. It's a run. McCracken off the right side. Close, but didn't get it, and Coach Hill will likely spend a timeout here. Only gained 2, and it's 4th down in the yard. Well, actually, Coach Hill not spending a timeout. He's going to let the clock wind down and maybe take a Hail Mary shot here. Or maybe nothing at all. Now the whistle blows. 2 seconds to go. And now, Joe, we're going to find out how strong the arm is from Derek Mata.
It's always scary, you throw it up there, and if by chance it bounces around and gets picked, you got 5 guys down there that aren't going to catch him. The offensive linemen aren't going to catch somebody like that. So, but you take the shot, you practice it, you work on that play, and see what happens.
You figure the Rangers are going to send Zach McDonald, Dylan Domel, and Kyler Clark, some of their bigger, taller targets. And the Braunfels will have its hands team out there as well. Might see a couple of offensive players on this upcoming play. With 3 seconds to go, a game that at one point New Braunfels led 10-6 early in the second quarter has turned in a hurry. 27-10 Rangers. And there you see the targets. Domel, Skylar Soward is out there, McDonald as well. We did see Mata connect with Domel on a deep ball early in the quarter. Final play of the half, barring a penalty. Mata heaves it deep for Domel. It's batted and it is intercepted. Picked off by New Braunfels. It's landed Marsh, and Marsh is tackled at the 27-yard line. And that will end the first half. Joe, again, the Rangers got punched early, but responded in a big way.
Yeah, they just, they kind of withstood the storm early on. New Braunfels came out feeling really good and really did some things really, really well. And then I'd probably think the kicking game was what probably swung it back the other direction. And now going to halftime, they're up by 17 and getting the ball coming out of the second half. So
halftime coverage coming up. You're watching Smithson Valley High School football on the Rangers Network.
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi Score Quiz, you can determine the Wi-Fi speed to suit your needs. Maybe you're a typic user who only has a few connected devices around the house. Or maybe you're a power user with a modern home office and all the latest tech. Our cyber pros know how to set the mood before streaming their favorite TV show. And the techno-dexterous stay connected in every way. But the tech aces? Well, they're on another level. No matter what your Wi-Fi needs are, GVTC has the perfect plan for you. Take our quick Wi-Fi score quiz today at gvtc.com/Wi-Fi score and make sure your connection is up to speed.
Coach, I can't believe we've been shooting these commercials for 10 years.
Man, time flies.
Indeed it does. You know, one of my favorites is when they dumped that ice water on you on the sideline. That was great. I think it was the middle of November. Oh, and remember when we turned a 300-pounder loose on you and he was knocking the silly out of you? Man, I can't wait to see what we're going to do this year.
This year's my pick.
Ferris Orthodontics.
That's what I'm talking about.
Release the sharks!
What you just witnessed is a classic case of Snack-a-Crack-a-Toothus, the surprising moment when enjoying a tasty treat turns into months of restorative dentistry. Lucky for Coach Worstifer, at Summerhill Dental, we offer same-day crowns and, if need be, 3D guided implants to fight Snack-a-Crack-a-Toothus, one Ranger at a time.
What brings you here to?
Whoa. Well, I heard my wife talking to her friends that y'all work miracles. So I thought maybe you could do something with this.
We absolutely help women, children, and men, but I'm gonna have to call in the reinforcements.
Dermatology San Antonio can do this for me. Just think what they can do for you.
Hey Fuller, does your dad insure this?
No, but if it was a car, he would. Hey Fuller, what about this? No, but if it was your parents' house, he would. Okay, listen. If it's auto, home, life, or business, my dad can insure it. Ugh.
Let's go Rangers!
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Fisher's Neighborhood Market, Ferris Orthodontics, Sage Capital Bank, Wick Productions, HEB, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Dermatology San Antonio, Summerhill Dental, and Jeremy Fuller State.
Back out at Unicorn Stadium, Smithson Valley on top as we get ready to start the third quarter, 27-10 over at New Braunfels. The Rangers ended the first half on a 21-0 scoring run, and the Rangers also get the football to start the third quarter. Brant Freeman alongside Joe Muchigimba on this Thursday night from New Braunfels High School. Rangers halfway towards a 2-0 start to 27-6A play.
Yeah, those wins are hard to come by no matter who you're playing in this district, so 24 more minutes possibly.
And for New Braunfels, a lot of work to be done. After a good start, New Braunfels scored at the opening drive of the game, a touchdown. They now find themselves at a 17-point hole. And this is Bafidis, had a 98-yard return for a score earlier. Fields here from the 11, and it's Redding the tackle with a flag in, back into the play at the 32-yard line. And we'll check the call.
Looked like somewhat of a light flag.
That is the third penalty on the night for New Braunfels, a 15-yarder. And the Rangers have had great field position all night tonight, Joe. They're going to start again near midfield.
Yeah, they've been around midfield or less all night long, which is obviously pretty beneficial if you're trying to score touchdowns.
First half numbers for Derek Mata, 3 of 5 passing, 78 yards, and a touchdown. On first down, Mata swings out to Clark off his hands and incomplete. Had a block from McDonald in the open field as well.
Got to catch it before you go. Had a little bit of spice there possibly.
Mata did throw an interception to end the half, but it was a Hail Mary to the end zone. It'll go down in the stat sheet as a pick, but not a true mistake made by Mata there.
You got Malachi in the backfield. Surely they're going to hand it to him, huh?
Lane didn't have a single carry in the first half. Mata to throw. Nobody's open. And slung down after a short pickup on the tackle. Luke Harrington for New Braunfels brings up third down and 8 to go. The Rangers weren't faced with third downs very much in the first half. And this formation will have two tight ends, Bo Domel and Soward. Domel had the big catch in the second quarter, a 57-yard touchdown. Matza off the play fake, heaving it deep and down the sidelines, incomplete. Looking for McDonald. Well defended on the play by Hayden Kaufman. And the Rangers' first third quarter possession goes 3 and out.
Interesting play selection. In fact, Coach Hill's coming out trying to get a quick score right into the half, or right into the second half, it looks like.
This is the first punt of the game for Manuel Osorio. Had a 60-yard punt last week in the win over Wagner. Beagley back to return. Line drive from Osorio. And it rolls inside the 20, picked up at the 17. 34-yard punt. And now we see New Braunfels' offense on the field for the first time here in this third quarter. And again, with some wood to chop, down 17 points.
Yeah, they got a little work. They got the work cut out for them, but they've got an offense that's capable of doing it.
Bauman, 12 of 21 passing in the first half for 136 yards. Good run, Riker Purdy. Best run tonight for New Braunfels. It's good for 15 yards.
That's been missing out of their offense first half a little bit, the run game. And
you and I talked about it. It seemed like New Braunfels got away from its run game in the second quarter.
Yeah, it sure did. And very beneficial if they can get it back going with their throwing game also.
Purdy now 6 carries on the night, 39 yards. Purdy again behind left guard. Colton Scheffler is there, but Purdy, how about the second effort? 7 yards for Purdy. A lot of that coming after first contact.
It's tough one to bring down. They better tackle him. You got a couple of late ones coming in there trying to strip the football out of there. They need to get him down before they worry about the ball.
Gain of 7 brings up second down and 3. Early stages third quarter. New Braunfels trying to mount a comeback for the second week in a row. It's Purdy again. Spins off a hit from Malachi Lane and is short of the first down by about a half yard. Important drive here for New Braunfels. It's a 3-possession game. The offense has looked lifeless since the early stages. And trying to cut into this Ranger lead, 27-10. They haven't beat the Rangers in a decade. Last win came in 2011, or 2009, I beg your pardon, more than a decade ago. Purdy again finds a hole. 4 plays in the drive so far, all runs for Riker Purdy.
Looks like they're going to try to establish the run game. That's what it looks like to me. And that'll help their run-pass option game quite a bit also, if they get the run game working.
4 carries, 31 yards for Purdy on this drive. 8.5 to go in the third in this 27-6A game. Bauman rifles it over the middle, but drops. Dropped by the sure-handed Lance Beagley, and drops a bit of an issue tonight for New Braunfels.
Yeah, that was a well-thrown ball. I don't know if he thought maybe someone was going to come out of the middle and come hit him or not, but that was a good job by number 11, quarterback.
Beagley scored New Braunfels' only touchdown of the game, a score that capped off a game-opening 14-play drive. But since then, it's been all Smithson Valley. 5 straight incompletions now for Bauman. On 2nd and 10. Bauman launches that, complete to Beagley. First down and more. Slung out of bounds by Malachi Lane. And the sophomore sure hands that time. "17 yards in the pickup for Lance Beagley with his 4th catch.
He's a good receiver, Bigley is, and he's young. He's got a couple more years under his belt to go also.
Talked to
He's
some
a threat.
Yeah, talked to some New Braunfels people before the game. One of the better receivers they have seen in a long time. First down, Purdy the run. Purdy, another impressive first down pickup inside the 30 for a gain of 7 on first down. And now gets a breather as Tyree Johnson checks back in. More on Beagley. You heard Joe mention it, big play threat. He's averaging more than 20 yards a catch this season. Bauman changing the play. On 2nd down, Johnson to his left. Lane is there with a flag in. You saw 2 players engaged. It was the center Elijah Gisman and Jackson Maynard with the flag was thrown. As it stands right now, it's a good 4-yard loss. And it is called against the sophomore center Elijah Gisman.
This looks a little bit more like the opening drive of the ball game coming from New Braunfels.
Second penalty for the Unicorns here in this 3rd quarter. And now it's 2nd and 12. Johnson remains at a tailback in place of Purdy. As Gonzalez goes in motion. Bauman pressured and complete. Ball stripped and ruled incomplete for Landon Marsh. Another New Braunfels drop, and it's 3rd down.
That's uncharacteristic of the receivers because they have a really good core and they've dropped a few balls tonight, and some real significant ones.
Again, the New Braunfels offense, which has put up some big point totals this year. 49 in the opener against St. Marcus, 35 each against Seguin and Canyon. Stuck on 10 right now. 3rd and 12. Here's the blitz. Bauman off his back foot for Purdy, incomplete. And Egley was right there for a stop anyway. 4th down now for Glenn Mangold, and no hesitation. Here comes the punting unit. That holding penalty took the entire possession off schedule.
Made it all. It ruined the whole thing. I mean, it's hard to overcome. It's hard to overcome off-schedule play call. There's not a good 2nd and 15 or 20 offensive play call.
Here is running the punts. Bafidis has the fair catch at the 15. 47-yard punt. No return for Bafidis. Nearly half of the 3rd quarter clock has expired, and the score remains 27-10. Rangers on top, and again, it's Smithson Valley. Excellent 2nd half team. They have won 11 straight games when leading at the half.
Look for them to get back to a little bit of the running game this series.
McCracken back in at running back. McCracken off the left side, turns a corner. McCracken angles for the sideline. Good first down play for Travis McCracken at 53 yards rushing in the first half. This one is good for 7.
He's a workhorse. He likes it. He likes it.
Team's leading rusher coming into the game. More than 400 yards rushing on the season. 11 carries so far tonight for McCracken. Mott design quarterback run, and that'll move the chains on a gain of 4. Again, this is the only 27-6A game tonight.
Yeah, that's the only one we got tonight. The rest of them tomorrow night, and then going to the open week following this week. So they have a couple weeks off to heal up and bandage up and get ready for the stretch run.
Judson's at Clemens on Friday. Steele is at Wagner, and South San is playing East Central. On first down, Matza for Domel, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Hayden Kaufman, and New Braunfels may have gotten the break that they needed. A mistake made by Matza.
Yeah, he jumped that route. That's the same set and same route that they completed to McDonald the first half. Nice job by 15 recognizing that and jumping the route.
Second pick this year for Kaufman. Also had one of the rivalry game against Seguin. Mata did not have an interception in his first 2 starts. Has thrown 2 tonight. One of those, again, an end-of-the-half throw on a Hail Mary. And now New Braunfels in business at the Ranger 33. Bauman, pump fake, takes a hit after a short 2-yard gain.
I don't think that was designed. I think he was trying to hit the receiver on the short side, and they rolled down on him, sat on the receiver, and he had to pull it down and take it and run.
Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the third. Rangers a 3-possession lead. Here's a blitz on second down. Purdy hit by Shepler, short of the 25, at the 27. Short pickup brings up 3rd down and 4.
I would assume they're in 4-down territory here if they don't pick this up, Brent.
I would think so too, and a trend I've noticed, Joe, is that the Unicorns almost exclusively run Purdy between the tackles.
Yeah, they don't try to get him on the edge. They try, their edge ball carriers are the receivers. They bring that fly sweep, that motion, and hand it off, get them on it.
Could be the play here on 3rd down. Instead, Purdy up the middle again. Purdy's got the first. Spun down by David De Hoyos. And the Braunfels now inside the red zone.
We were wondering where the run game went in the first half, and they're back at it.
Yeah, so far, 7 carries in this quarter for Riker Purdy, up to 72 yards on the night. Bauman, Purdy again between the tackles, exploding inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. 11 more yards for Riker Purdy, and now it's goal to go for New Braunfels.
Yeah, they're creasing the defensive line pretty good right now.
New Braunfels trying to capitalize off the interception thrown by Mata. Bauman changing the play. A lot of moving behind the line. Bauman hands to Purdy again. Purdy's going to walk in for the touchdown. Heavy dose of Riker Purdy, and New Braunfels is back in it.
It's an impressive drive after the turnover. They got the short field, and that makes a big difference going 40, 30 yards as opposed to having to travel, 70, 80 yards.
So Riker Purdy with the touchdown run, 25th of his career. That ends a scoring run of 21 and answered by Smithson Valley. Wenzel for the point after. And the Ranger lead is down to 10. 3:10 left, third quarter. 27-17, Smithson Valley on top on the Rangers Network.
What does the new Experience IQ do on the GVTC Wi-Fi app?
Check it out. I'll be the parent and you be the teenagers.
What?
Malachi, get off your phone and study your playbook.
Oh man.
Nick, are you learning about breeds of kittens?
Gosh, so what? I can't have any privacy?
Not with Experience IQ.
Miss Moore, what are you doing here?
Time to do your homework, Starfighter.
But I was...
Nope, homework now.
I don't like Experience IQ.
Again, New Braunfels can be a tough team to put away. Just ask the Judson Rockets, up 21-7. 5 minutes to go, third quarter last week, and New Braunfels came back to beat the Rockets. Well, New Braunfels down 27-10. Moments ago, that has changed. Interception by Derek Mata, and New Braunfels capitalizes as Riker Purdy scores on a 6-yard touchdown run. And it's now a 2-possession game with 3:10 to go in the third, 27-17. Rangers on top. Mafinus and Clark back to return. A squib kick picked up by Clark at the 9. Clark still running, has blocks. Clark a good return, out across the 40. Rangers return unit strong again as Smithson Valley will start just short of midfield.
He kind of got lost up in all those bodies. I couldn't get to him. It didn't look like a great return. Another short field possibility for the Rangers.
It's been a tough third quarter so far for the offense. 2 possessions, a 3-and-out, and a turnover. This after such a strong second quarter. Malachi Lane back at it running back here for Smithson Valley. Lane on first down. It was left. Good tackle by New Braunfels out in space. Got hit on the play by Luke Harrington and Andrew Robinson. And it's 2nd down and 9. First carry of the night for Malachi Lane.
A little out of sync right now offensively. They seem to be. Hadn't been on the field very much to really get things going yet.
Clock winds, 2:25 to go in the third. Mata draw to Lane. Up the middle. Tripped up by Harrington again. The sophomore has been busy for New Braunfels, and now it's 3rd down and 5. Gain of 4 from Malachi Lane. Fans on the home side getting louder. Could be a key 3rd down moment here. Might see Malachi Lane again. 3rd and 5 from the 50. Instead of flip back to Clark. Blocks downfield. Clark close to the marker, and he's got it by a yard. Smithson Valley has gone to that play a number of times now in the game, Joe.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time they've gone to it tonight. It's a little misdirection. You know, some people might call it a gadget play, but it's really not. It's part of their offensive scheme. Make sure the opponents' backside folks are staying at home, and you know that's not a 2 or 3 yard gain play. Really, it's a big. It's designed to get a bunch more than that, but they'll take the 1st down.
New Braunfels jumps off sides. That was the big nose guard, Brody Marish. This will turn into 1st and 5. Fifth flag tonight for New Braunfels. Smithson Valley has been penalized twice. And now 40 yards in penalties for the Unicorns. As we inch closer to a minute to go here in the third. Two teams trying to stay unbeaten, both 4-0, and out to 1-0 starts to 27 6A play. This is Lane to his left. And picks up 3.
Yeah, they're holding up to the run a little bit better right now than they did in the first half, it appears to. Malachi's slamming the ball up in there pretty well, but it's pretty hard rock mining in there.
Again, what a week last week for Malachi Lane. 61-yard touchdown run against Wagner. A fumble return for a score and a blocked punt. He has a blocked field goal in this game. Mata on the quarterback run. That'll move the chains inside the 35. First down, Smithson Valley after a gain of 5 for the quarterback, Mata, on what could wind up being the final play of the third. And it is.
That's what they're needing right now. They're needing something. They need to stay on the field a little while, eat some clock up, and put some points on the board with it.
So the final seconds of the third quarter tick away. The Rangers trying to hold on top 27-17. Fourth quarter coming up after this on the Rangers Network.
Just witnessed is a classic case of snack-a-crack-a-toothus. The surprising moment when enjoying a tasty treat turns into months of restorative dentistry. Lucky for Coach Worstifer, at Summerhill Dental, we offer same-day crowns and, if need be, 3D guided implants to fight snack-a-crack-a-toothus, one Ranger at a time.
New Braunfels won the first quarter 10-6. They won the third quarter 7-0, but the Rangers won that second quarter 21-0. Do the math. It's 27-17. Rangers on top as we start the fourth. A battle between two undefeateds as Smithson Valley takes a field for its first fourth quarter play. Malachi Lane off the right side, slicing his way back up the middle, good for 8 yards and first down.
It's a pretty good push by the offensive line on the right side that time. They did a nice job. Nobody touched him until he was about 5 yards downfield.
Rangers have a lot of size off that right side. Colton Thomason, the junior, a good 6'6", 340 plus, and Alex Freeman at tackle.
Alex looks a little compared to, but he's not.
Looks like Jose Altuve next to Colton Thomason. Second down and 2. Lane again off the right side. Lane breaking a couple of tackles. And it takes 3 royal blue shirts to bring him down to the 15. 9 more for Lane.
They're going to stay on that side over there behind big Domel tight end and Thomason and Freeman. Getting a good push.
Smithson Valley, a time-consuming drive. A lot of it has been on the ground. Every play, in fact, so far, a run. Last pass Mata threw was picked off in the third quarter that led to the New Braunfels touchdown. Lane again, up the middle. Lane accelerates into the end zone for the touchdown.
It's a great lead block by number 40 by their fullback, Cole Douglas.
Malachi Lane, the 15-yard touchdown run. And Smithson Valley has pulled ahead 33-17. Important point after here for Amaya to make it a 3-possession lead. After a low snap, Amaya knocks it through, and the Rangers will get ahead by 17, doubling up the Unicorns. 10:40 to go, fourth quarter on the Rangers Network.
It isn't Taco Tuesday without the freshest tortillas. That's why H-E-B bakes tortillas fresh in store. Your kids won't eat tacos on Tuesday or any day without their favorite toppings. Good thing H-E-B has it all, including guacamole made fresh in store. It's been a really long week, and it's still only Tuesday. That's why H-E-B does all the shopping for you, so you can just pick it up with free curbside. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop the app or online and pick up curbside free at H-E-B.
Big drive for the Rangers. They saw a heavy dose of Malachi Lane. 6 carries on that drive for 40 yards. The final 15, good for 6. A touchdown for Lane, and the Rangers are on top 34-17. This Smithson Valley offense, Joe, is very dangerous with the lead late because they can do that to you, just punish you with number 22.
Yeah, they did. Coach Hill folded his play sheet in half, and nothing but run game, and that's all they did. And that's really who they want to be. You got to throw the football to be successful, but they run the ball to set up the throw, and that was a great drive. Great answer after coming out and turning the ball over. I don't know, that one hurt. That one hurt New Braunfels a little bit, I think.
Kickoff from Amaya. Beagley from the 10. On the return, the sophomore fumbles the football, able to jump on it at the 15-yard line. And New Braunfels will have to start 85 yards short of the opposing goal line, down 3 possessions. There is no room for error right now if you're the Unicorns.
No, they don't. They got limited possessions. They need 3 scores to take the lead, and they're not going to get many more than 3 possessions left, so they better do something with it now.
And Smithson Valley, worth noting, has not surrendered a single point of the fourth quarter this year. Movement up front. It's a run for Purdy. Didn't see a flag. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. And, Joe, we saw a lot of Riker Purdy on New Braunfels' last possession. But if you're Glenn Mangold, how much can you still afford to run the football now?
Well, they're going to hand it to him some just to try to keep your safeties down in the box, and they're going to try to hit these wideouts across the middle on skinny posts and things. They're going to take their shots, but they got to get the safeties out of the way.
Smithson Valley showing a blitz. They bring it. It's Purdy again. Purdy, nice run. First down, out across the 25. Gain of 10 there for Riker Purdy, who now has 100 yards for the night.
It's kind of hard to throw the football right now because they're having success running it, but I don't think there's enough time where they can just run the ball down and score 3 times. They'll have to put it in the air.
A lot of time being used between snaps here for Bauman. New Braunfels, every second precious for them. Purdy, big night continues. 14 more yards up to the 42-yard line. Last New Braunfels possession, Purdy ran for a touchdown, 25th of his career. Putting in some work here in this drive. Bauman back to throw for the first time on this possession. Launching downfield, almost a one-handed catch by Jake Vaughn, but a flag flies. There was contact committed by Garrison Eggleston, and this will give New Braunfels a first down. Just the 3rd penalty of the night against Smithson Valley, and the first here in the second half. Again, this New Braunfels team has a playoff look to them. They haven't reached the postseason since Glenn Mangold's third year. They last won a playoff game 10 years ago, back in 2011. Was also the last time the Braunfels beat Judson, which they did last week. Many believe this to be a turnaround year for the Unicorns, out to a 4-0 start, but down here by 17. First down. Here's the blitz. Bauman hit. Bauman goes down. But a good effort by the receiver turned quarterback. Winds up not losing any yardage there.
The secondary did a nice job covering him up there. That's what referred to as a coverage sack, where he finally just has to pull it down and take off because there's nobody to get it to. Early in the ball game, he was getting out of those things that was really hurting him, hurting Smithson Valley.
2nd and 10. Purdy again between the tackles, and Riker Purdy still running. Well, he is not a back that goes down on first contact.
No, he's tough. He's really tough, and again, they've still got some people trying to rake the ball out of there, and they need to forget about the football and get him on the ground.
Now 122 yards for Riker Purdy, who's been a big bright spot tonight for Glenn Mangold. 3rd and 2. Here's Purdy, and Purdy's got the first down. Still going. This kid's something else. Inside the 30 for a gain of 7 more.
He's strong. They're just not able to quite get a good shot at him. That's what it looks like. Pretty elusive, and he's tough.
Purdy only got 5 carries in the first half. Joe and I talked about it. It seemed like the Braunfels got away from the run, but Purdy now with 14 carries in the second half. 7 minutes and change left. Smithson Valley nursing a 17-point lead. Bauman steps up, heaves that to the end zone, incomplete. Duffy had Marsh well covered, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, they tried a little pump and go on the draw, and Duffy didn't bite on it. He did a nice job of sagging back over the top.
Bauman just 1 completion in his last 9 attempts. This after a very rhythmic start of the game for New Braunfels' senior quarterback. Purdy breaking free. Purdy inside the 15. Purdy shifting inside the 10. Another impressive gallop for Riker Purdy, good for 20 yards.
That was impressive. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and spun out of it. I think everybody lost sight of him then. That's a tremendous run.
He has run for 125 yards in this second half. 1st and goal. Purdy bouncing to his left, beating Lane to the corner. And here settles for about 4.
Well, they answered my question. I felt sure that they'd throw the ball a little bit, but they're doing just fine handing it to him right now.
But that clock is winding to 6.5 left. As Bauman lines up the offense on 2nd and goal. Play clock down to 4. Bauman again using a lot of time.
They threw it up to Bigley earlier in the ball game.
Maybe a design quarterback draw, and Colton Scheffler's right there to stop it, along with Diego Hamilton. 3rd and goal, and the clock is going to continue to tick.
You got to look at possible jump ball again, probably number 1 to the top.
This technically doesn't have to be 4-down territory because the math says a field goal is still needed if you're Glenn Mangold here, so this isn't necessarily all or nothing. 3rd and goal. I get a lot of clock being used here. Bauman lofting that to the end zone. Bigley, 2nd touchdown tonight. What a catch by Lance Bigley.
Yeah, that's the same set up same play design that they did that he scored on the first touchdown of the ball game. Nice throw by Bauman. Nice job by going up and getting it.
And for Bauman, 2 touchdown passes tonight, both to Beagley. Gives him now 15 touchdown passes on the year. Wenzel for the point after. And New Braunfels has pieced together back-to-back touchdown drives, but the Rangers still hold the cards on top 34-24. 5:23 left in the fourth quarter on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Fisher's Neighborhood Market, Ferris Orthodontics, Sage Capital Bank, Wick Productions, HEB, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Dermatology San Antonio, Summerhill Dental, and Jeremy Fuller State.
85-yard touchdown drive for New Braunfels ends on a touchdown pass. Aiden Bauman hooking up with Lance Beagley for the second time tonight. And for the first time this year, the Rangers have surrendered points in the fourth quarter, but still hold a 10-point lead, 5:23 left. And Smithson Valley expecting an onside kick. The hands team is out there for Coach Hill.
Yeah, New Braunfels has their hands team on there also. They got all those receivers out there. So we'll be looking for some fireworks here.
Wenzel sets up from the 40. And here it is, high in the air, right to De Hoyos. Ball hit the turf and then took a Ranger-friendly bounce right to David De Hoyos as Smithson Valley takes over with 5:19 left.
That was a nice kick. It was a nice job on onside kick, just a little bit too high. Right into De Hoyos' hands.
I wonder, Joe, at what point does Glenn Mangold start thinking about those timeouts?
I think he'll have to wait and see how the drive goes. They're going to have to stop him on a first down play before he'll get into his timeouts, I'm sure.
Travis McCracken back at running back. First play is to him, a big run. McCracken a first down inside of midfield on a gain of 12 yards. Just his second carry of the second half.
Yeah, he won't use his timeouts unless they do better than that on. Otherwise, you're just wasting them, as we know.
And now Derek Mata is in no hurry to get this next snap off. Winding inside at 5 minutes to go. McCracken exploding up the middle. McCracken maybe one tackle away from the end zone. 11 more for Travis McCracken.
Looks like we're going to have a hold.
You're right there, Joe. Flag thrown back at the 47. This is going to come back. That's called against Cole Douglas. The silver lining of your Smithson Valley is that the play used some time off the clock.
And the clock is running, and it's running.
And you get to run first down again.
Yeah. I mean, you got 19 on the clock. If Mata needs to slow down a little bit here. If you're. There you go.
And it will look back at the sidelines and do that to use some more time. It's McCracken as expected. And this will probably lead to a timeout from Glenn Mangold.
Yeah.
Or don't see it yet. And the next snap will come inside of 4 minutes to go. Again, New Braunfels does have all 3 timeouts left. The next snap will come near 3:30 on the clock. Here's Bafidis on the sweep, jet sweep play to the outside, gets a block. There goes Bafidis flying down the sidelines inside the 30 and maybe puts the game away on that play there all the way to the 26. First down, Rangers on a gain of 28.
Yeah, that's what they're using Bafidis and Little Clark for. That's what they like to get them on the edge when they can. Well designed, well blocked.
Actually 30 yards there for Bafidis. 3:31 left, and now New Braunfels will spend a timeout. What a game this has been, Joe, for Braden Bafidis. If you recall, as New Braunfels is called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Leighton Ladd. Tack on 15 more yards to the end of the run by Bafidis. But back to the talking point there, Joe. New Braunfels came out of the gates on fire, scored a touchdown to start the game. Crowd was energized, and you wondered just how competitive this game was going to be.
Right.
And it has been since then.
Yes.
But how difficult will the task be for the Rangers? Bafidis responded right away with that kick return for a touchdown. He has been a big factor in this game.
Those are two big. The kickoff return obviously turned, a tide turner early in the ball game. They just drive it down and stick it in the end zone with no problem, and then, you return it back. Well, now at the other end of the ball game, at the end of it here, you're looking at 2nd and long. Hand it to him, and he picks up a good 30-plus. I forget what you said it was, but good carry, and that probably put the game away right there. So he's had a huge ball game tonight.
So because we wait for public address here, because of the penalty, Coach Mangold elected not to use that timeout, but the clock will wind again. And now Glenn Mangold, confused himself, was wondering what's going on. You can't stop the clock on a defensive penalty. And with that, Glenn Mangold will spend the first of his 3 timeouts. So this marks the end of the first half of the season. Joe and I were talking about it during halftime. Crazy how fast things have gone. As you look ahead to the second half of the year for Smithson Valley, after the bye week next week, they'll host Clemens, then go to South San, 2 home games back-to-back weeks, Judson and East Central, and end the year at Steele. And Joe, potentially that finale in Cibolo could be for the 27-6A title.
Well, it could be. There's a lot of football left, a lot of tough football left to be played in the district, as you know. So I'm sure they won't be thinking about that one very much. They'll be thinking about getting healed up, getting well as they can in a couple of weeks for Clemens, and then one step at a time. But their ultimate goal is to win the district championship, and that's probably what they like to do, is do that with Steele at the end of the season.
So out of the New Braunfels timeout, now Coach Hill out to talk to the head official. So a lot of administration here with 3:09 to go. For New Braunfels after the bye week, they go to Steele in week 7. Still have home games remaining against Wagner, Clemens, and South San, with a road game also looming at East Central. And so time added to the clock, 3:31 to go. 2 timeouts left for New Braunfels. Out of the timeout, it's first down from the Unicorn 13. McCracken off the right side, goes out of bounds, and that's not something Coach Hill wanted. Free timeout there for the Unicorns with 3:26 left.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd like to keep the ball in bounds, obviously, and run the clock.
New Braunfels led early, 7-0 and 10-6. Smithson Valley, 21 unanswered in the second quarter. Took a 27-10 lead into the locker rooms. New Braunfels got some momentum back in the third, but the Rangers firmly in control here with 3:26 to go. McCracken stays inbounds this time inside the 5, and McCracken has a first down to the 3. And Glenn Mangold will spin his second timeout. If you're the Unicorns here, Joe, obviously the goal is to hold the Rangers to a field goal attempt, try to keep this a 2-possession game. Beyond that, it's hard to diagram the way New Braunfels comes back and finds a way to win this game.
Yeah, it really is, especially if they put points on the board. They're going to, as you mentioned, their only chance is to hold them to a field goal. And Smithson Valley is not going to be content with the field goal right now, because once you get in district play, they could end up with a tie with New Braunfels somehow if they lose certain games, and gets into a whole other world of what they refer to as positive points. And the field goal is not what Coach Hill's looking for right now. And Coach Mango is trying to hold them to a field goal. I mean, there's more strategy than what you're seeing on the field right now. It's a lot about points being scored in case of those ties later down the road at the end of the season.
Again, the last time New Braunfels beat Smithson Valley, a lot of the players you see tonight were in kindergarten. 2009. First and goal for the 2. Rangers trying to pick up their 11th straight win over New Braunfels, and that will help. McCracken into the end zone for the second time, and the Rangers have applied the nail into the coffin. Make that touchdown run number 3 from McCracken. Last 3 games, Travis McCracken over 320 yards rushing, and now 7 touchdowns during that stretch. Amaya for the point after, and to secure a 3-possession lead, and he does. 3:13 left. Rangers on their way to a 5-0 start heading into the break. Back with more Smithson Valley High School football on the Rangers Network.
Hey Fuller, does your dad insure this?
No, but if it was a car, he would. Hey Fuller, what about this? No, but if it was your parents' house, he would. Okay, listen. If it's life, auto, home, or business, then my dad can insure it. Ugh.
Let's go Rangers!
Smithson Valley on top, 41-24. The Rangers have not thrown a single pass in this fourth quarter. 2 time-consuming run-heavy drives spearheaded by Malachi Lane and Travis McCracken. And McCracken moments ago capping off another scoring drive with a 2-yard touchdown run, his 3rd tonight. And the Rangers hold a 17-point lead with 3:13 left. On top of that, New Braunfels spent 2 timeouts on that last possession. Amaya kicks it away. Short kick, fair catch called for inside the 30-yard line by Layden Adams. And here comes New Braunfels at offense, a heavy dose of Riker Purdy the last 2 drives. I don't know if you can do that now.
Yeah, I don't know what he'll do right here. They're going to try to cut the lead, at least take some points off the board and get the differential so a little bit less than what it is right now. But I don't think they have time with Riker. Although,
well, again, the run game has been dominant for both teams. Riker Purdy, 21 carries, $153. and a touchdown, and the combo of Lane and McCracken for the Rangers. That pass tipped and nearly picked. Jackson Duffy, good coverage against Beagley. It brings up second down.
Yeah, they tried to run him off, and they hit that route early in the third quarter. A little go route where he just bends it off and turns it an out route, and Duffy played it super that time.
Those two are going to lock horns the next couple of years. Both Duffy and Beagley only sophomores.
Yeah, they'll get to know each other really, really well. They're both really good players.
Second and 10. Quick strike, Marsh to the outside and has a first down. Just inside the 40-yard line, tackling the play by Tanner Donovan. First down in Braunfels. And now Marsh on the doorstep of 100 yards receiving. And now he has it. Marsh spins his way for just a few. As the flag comes in, this could be a hold against New Braunfels.
Those flags out there typically on those short throw game like that, a lot of time that's what it is.
I thought I saw a flag come in, but the clock is running. The officials aren't talking, so just a short completion, nothing more. Gain of 3 there for Marsh. Clock winds, 2:15 left. Bauman over the middle and short-armed that for Tyree Johnson. Throw was rushed.
Getting some late pressure on him. That was Maynard, a little sophomore himself, a little 25.
You know, the Rangers only have 1 sack tonight against Bauman, but they've hit him a number of times.
They've pressured him. They've gotten in his face some and gotten the thrown lanes and not made it easy on him. Sometimes that's what you've got to do. And they've done a nice job since the first quarter of taking care of 11, running the football on a scramble. That's really helped them a bunch.
Bauman's only run for 21 yards tonight. That after a 14-yard run of the first drive. Third down, 7. Bauman steps up, runs here. And this will bring up fourth down. Got cut down by Lane with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, they're not just going to run off and leave him. They're going to have somebody's eyes on him, particularly when they're rushed at 3 down. They're going to spy him with the linebacker for sure.
Fourth down, and New Braunfels will keep the offense out there. As you heard Joe say, at this point is playing for point differential. Bauman, flush to his left. Good pump fake, but then runs into trouble. Diego Hamilton had the first hit, finished off by his teammates, and the Rangers take over on downs.
It's a great job in the back end, covering him up again. There's been a couple of those tonight where they've sacked him or pressured him or flushed him out of the pocket, the quarterback, because of the coverage on the back end. They've done a nice job defensively tonight.
Smithson Valley's done a very good job pressuring opposing quarterbacks all year. 20 sacks through their first 4 games, 2 more tonight, and they have now matched the season total from all of last year. As Chase Sedlick checks in at quarterback, again the starter for the Rangers each of the previous 2 weeks. Loses the football. Sedlick finally maintains possession, spun out of bounds. And looked like Sedlick wanted to throw the football there.
Not real sure what he was wanting to do with it. I know he was wanting to get rid of it once they were chasing him.
And winds up losing about 7 yards in the play. But forward progress was marked inbounds, so the clock will continue to tick. As Isaiah Vivians checks in at running back here for Larry Hill. Sedlick dropped for another loss. New Braunfels does have 1 timeout left, but Coach Mangold not taking it. And there's about a 13-second difference between the play clock and the game clock, so likely 1 more play in the game. One more snap for Sedelic. It's Vivians on the run. Turns the corner, Isaiah Vivians. Nice run. Did he stay in bounds? He did. 10 seconds to go. And no timeout, or was there? The clock has stopped on the scoreboard, but the players are walking onto the field, as is Glenn Mangold, and that will do it. And the Smithson Valley Rangers stand alone atop the 27-6A standings, out to a 2-0 district start, 5-0 start on the season, and a lot of momentum going into the team's bye week. Impressive, Joe, for the Rangers to play this way against a quality opponent. And again, after the way this game started, Smithson Valley did not flinch.
No, both these teams, the Braunfels really did. They got pushed around a little bit, but neither one of these teams is going to flinch much. With the people that you play, that they got to play to get where they want to go, they've been down before. They've been slapped in the head before, and you just have to weather the storm, settle down. Coaches do a nice job of settling them down, making some adjustments, and end up with a W. It's a big win tonight. Going into the open week, it's huge because there's nothing worse than going into the open week on a loss. It makes it tough. So, anyway, congratulations to them. Great job, Coach Hill. What's worse for your defense? Super job.
Big plays for the Rangers in this game. A 98-yard kickoff return for a score by Braden Bufitas. His second return for touchdown this year got the scoring started. Smithson Valley also got a big passing play. Derek Mata to the tight end, Dylan Domel, a 57-yard strike. On top of that, 3 runs for Travis McCracken into the end zone and a 15-yard scoring run from Malachi Lane. Added up, it results in a 41-24 win over New Braunfels, and for the Rangers, they're 11 straight over the Unicorns. And that's going to wrap up our coverage here tonight from Unicorn Stadium. For Joe Muchigimba, and on behalf of our entire Wick Productions crew, I'm Brain Freeman saying good night on the Rangers Network. Final score, Smithson Valley 41, New Braunfels 24.